you saw in my last videos that I was eagerly setting up all those bins. End of January, dug up all that dirt into one pile, that I reshoveled my compost into my new bins. But here's the thing, for where I live, there's always a false spring where we all get excited in February going, yes, 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 it's over. But it never is. We get a few like winters and winters and winters. And what I mean by that is that it always feels like spring is about to happen, and then we're fooled, and then this happens. It just snowed the other day. Now, I don't live in a super cold area in Canada. It's rather mild here. That being said, it snowed. And you'll see that snow around my garden in a second. Now, I looked at my potatoes, whatever I have left from last summer. I still have potatoes. However, they look a little bit more like aliens. I would describe them like aliens. And I have some store-bought potatoes that are not going so well either. So I thought is that, well, I need to get rid of them anyways. They're beyond hope. So I'm gonna plant them, because either way, they're going into the compost. And we're gonna see, because they were my potatoes from last year, so they're from my garden. I'm gonna put them into my garden bed. I have not put new topsoil down on my gardens. So it's going to be kind of interesting. So I'll be able to plant them a little bit shallow, because then I'll put new soil on top, which won't matter because they're potatoes anyway. And then we'll see if they grow. I don't expect them to grow large. It's gonna be cold, right? So it's February 25th. So I'm hoping to plant my gardens by around mid-March, end of March. So I will have these as potatoes, and then maybe I'll plant something else in there after. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. We'll use this as an experiment, see what happens with these potatoes, to see if we can grow some potatoes or leftover potatoes from the end of a season that you've been keeping in your crawl space like I do, or wherever, or your cupboard, and magically they're growing little tentacles all over the place. And we're gonna put them in the ground, which is now currently frozen ground. UPS. Anyway, which is now frozen ground, and I'm gonna see what happens. It might not grow, it might grow, it might somewhat grow. Who knows? Either way, I'm gonna pull them out sometime beginning of April, probably first week of April, see what happens. But yeah, let's go over there. We're gonna plant them, and then we're gonna check back in on the progress in a little while. Yeah, let's get to it. Here's just some of the remaining little bit of snow that's been in the shade, but look at these little bird footprints. Okay, so we're gonna see how far some of these beds sort of sink or settle. Russell's coming over. But yeah, we're gonna see how much they settle, because it's been heavy rain and then snow. Now they're frozen. I don't even know how today's adventure is gonna go, to be honest. It's not bad. A little bit bad. A little bit bad. We're not gonna do this bed. It's too much hard stuff, but most likely it is rather frozen. I'm gonna try to put them in here, but it's gonna take some effort because it's hard. Anyway, I don't need to put them down too far. It's an experiment after all. So here we go. I do have a couple varieties. Like I said, we're gonna do some store-bought. So we got some leftover store-bought, but this is my tentacle situation of potatoes I didn't finish. I had a lot of potatoes. And these were rather small. So we're gonna plant these russet potatoes. They are like aliens, like a complete mess. These are long. Look at that. It's just crazy. A bunch of aliens. We're gonna plant these. And like I said, we're gonna see what happens. Actually, I don't really want these in a big pile yet. But anyway, let's get to it. So we're gonna try it out. We'll see how it goes in this bed. But again, if it doesn't grow, no big deal. They're a loss anyway. It's all good. Okay, so I have a lot of potatoes, so before I bury them, I put store-bought on one side, and then the last third, I got my extra homegrowns, but I got a ton, so we're gonna do 2 potatoes. I'll turn into something else probably in April. So let's get to it. right, so I mean, they're buried very shallow. But obviously I have to finish filling my bins, right? That's why you see like 9 inches of exposed dirt. If you've been watching my previous videos, I am not done. This is just my compost, and there's tentacles hanging out here. Just compost, but I'm needing to bring in soil first of all to finish these, because I want to put proper soil in the last little bit so it's fresh and not full of, you know, seeds or whatever from weeds. I don't want them to germinate. But they've settled a bit. You can see that. Especially that one has settled a lot more. And it also looks like I need, that looks pretty level. I feel like there's something that is not level there, but I'll work on that. But they're settling. They're looking pretty good. They got snow in them. There's that situation. But anyways, I gotta finish. You've been hearing me talk about it in my last videos. We're gonna make this compost area. We got a beautiful design happening. But it looks like we've settled on having a flower bed, cut flower garden here. Compost will be built on that side, all to match and stain. And I'm gonna build a pumpkin area here, so large space. I'm not gonna do a super deep. I got just my kitchen scraps in this bin right now, because I compost my kitchen scraps. Anyways, it's gonna get buried because that one's sinking and settling the most in there because it's the most organic material. But it ain't gonna sink right now, because, well, it's frozen. And that's also why there's no dirt on the ground, because it's frozen. So probably next week I think we'll do that, or this weekend. Well, I think this weekend we're probably gonna work on framing up a compost area and my pumpkin patch, because then I can take the rest of the compost pile, which is that chunk there, I can take it and put it inside the pumpkin patch. I really wish it was that easy where I could just go like a TikTok. But you're not gonna see that transition happen. Well, because it's frozen. Like I said, it's really frozen. Look at it. That's why you saw me hacking. Oh, there's a potato. That's why you saw me hacking in here. And there's like chunks, because it's frozen. But it doesn't really matter, they're potatoes. And also, if they grow, cool. If they don't grow, that's cool too. Anyway, so this episode, today's February 25th. We're gonna see how that grows for the next 8 weeks. And then, well, I'll make 2 episodes out of this. One, this is gonna be episode, just so you can see what's progress, is a vlog update. But I'm also gonna expand on this episode and probably replay the first half of it, and then add in the finished product so you can see it in a second video that compiles the results. So I think there's some dirt on my screen. Sorry guys. Anyway, I'm using a proper camera. Really need to get something a little bit more durable. Anywho, so what I'm saying is that we're planting it. It's frozen now. The experiment is this: will it grow? And if it does, I mean, that is a great result for people who live in cold regions. I mean, we can't grow outside right now. It's just, everything would be dead. But potatoes might. They're a little bit more easygoing. Carrots and beets can go in next month. They're a little bit more hardy. By seed, that'd be towards the end of the month also. So that's what the thing is. I'm trying to just figure out a solution that is like, can we use our garden beds in the winter? You can grow, I have grown carrots throughout the winter. I put in one year seeds in October, and then I had these little green tops like this big, and then I pulled them out and there was full-size carrots below. So they grew in the darkness all winter. So, ooh, got a big bird over there. I gotta watch my cats. So yeah, experiment is this. We're seeing if it can grow in the winter. Can we use our garden plots in February and let them grow and grow maybe a little early potato harvest with our leftovers from the previous year, or even our cupboard scraps, things that started growing or going nasty? Can we use those as sort of an early harvest to get something going in our gardens very early in the season. Obviously I'm gonna pull them out regardless. I'm not gonna let them grow forever because I don't think they're gonna be super successful, but what do I know? That is the sound of bald eagles. So we're gonna check back on the progress in that, and I'll make a second episode that combines both the planting, so this episode, and the results episode. I'll make an episode that combines both in 8 weeks, and we're gonna see the results of that. And again, keep in mind that yes, they're super shallow buried, but I'm gonna put some topsoil. I'm just gonna bury them with some topsoil here, probably next week or so, next couple weeks anyways, with some brand new premium topsoil, so they'll get some extra nutrition. I know they're super shallow right now. And you can see the garden beds are just not completely full. I get it, but I mean, it's winter. Can only do what we can do here. So until next time, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I want to hear your predictions for what you think is going to happen with my leftover potatoes that I didn't manage to finish from last year. That was I mean, you can see I used a laundry basket. It's a lot of potatoes for 2 people, and I shared. Anyway, so check it out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I would love your support. And you're gonna watch me in a couple weeks here, probably adding dirt and building the compost area. And then of course we're going to add some more topsoil on there. And yeah, until next time, have a fabulous day.